opening night, you're second. Can you compare the tempo, butterflies, all that goes with it, to where you were in Ottawa a year ago?
I think it's a little bit more excitement after having gone through training camp and everything, and finally it's regular season, so everybody's pretty excited. I know everybody in this locker room is ready to go. So.
What do you think is going to be the biggest challenge for you and second-year guys this year? As you know, Mike was talking about guys are going to know you now.
Yeah, I mean, I think we saw it a little bit last year, but I mean, the league's always adjusting to you, so you got to obviously make adjustments back. And now that we have a full year under our belts, obviously teams kind of know our strengths and our weaknesses, and they're going to kind of play us more to a more structured game and try to limit our chances. So it's obviously our job to be able to adjust back.
Do you like being on the road for opening night? Get your group out by themselves for at least the first one?
Yeah, I don't mind it at all. Same thing last year. Pretty relaxing. Just grab dinner with some guys and just watch the baseball game. Just kind of relax for a little bit, then obviously go to bed and get some sleep.
Do you look at matchups on a game-to-game basis, or is this one game and you move on from 1-4 to 82?
Yeah, just one game at a time. I think that's the way it's got to be. Can't get too far ahead of yourself, or can't be living in the past either. So one game at a time.
The games against Winnipeg last year both were really entertaining games, different outcomes obviously. What stood out to you about those games in this matchup?
Yeah, it's two teams that they obviously have a lot of skill, a lot of speed and firepower. So I think that's what makes that matchup pretty a pretty fun game. We had two pretty good games last year, and I think when you got so many skilled forwards on both sides, two teams that can really put the puck in the net, it's going to make for a pretty exciting game.
Time with Mark Scheifele in the World Cup. What did you learn about him?
Yeah, he's super competitive and focused. He loves hockey and really just loves to study and everything like that. So I think he's a pretty underrated player. When we played him, you watch him play, you look at the numbers he put up last year. I mean, he's a heck of a player. He's fun to watch. So it's definitely one of the guys we got to make sure we're looking out for tonight.
I think that from your debut last season, obviously we know what happened, but what stood out to you about that experience the most, that game?
It was my first NHL game, so that's probably the biggest thing that stands out. And I don't think I need to talk about it anymore. I've talked about it enough. But your first game is always going to be a pretty memorable one. Your first goal is always going to be a pretty special moment, and obviously that whole game was kind of a fairy tale. So that's obviously very much in the past now. So moving on here.